Session 17, Origins and Related Words. 1. Knowing that psychopaths commit antisocial and unconscionable acts. They are not troubled by conscience, guilt, remorse, etc. over what they have done. Unconscionable and conscience are related in derivation. The first word from Latin scio, to know, the second from Latin sciens, knowing, and both using the prefix con, with, together. Etymologically, then, your conscience is your knowledge with a moral sense of right and wrong. If you are unconscionable, your conscience is not working, or you have no conscience. The noun form is unconscionableness or unconscionability. Conscious, also from con plus scio, is knowledge or awareness of one's emotions or sensations, or of what's happening around one. Science, from science, is systematized knowledge as opposed, for example, to belief, faith, intuition, or guesswork. Add Latin omnis, all, to science, to construct omniscient, all-knowing, possessed of infinite knowledge. The noun is omniscience. Add the prefix before, to science, to construct prescient, knowing about events before they occur, that is, psychic, or possessed of unusual powers of prediction. The noun is prescience. And, finally, add the negative prefix ni to science to produce nescient, not knowing, or ignorant. Can you, by analogy with the previous two words, write the noun form of nescient? Can you pronounce it? 2. Fool some of the people. Glib is from an Old English root that means slippery. Glib liars or glib talkers are smooth and slippery. They have ready answers, fluent tongues, a persuasive air, but such is the implication of the word, they fool only the most nescient, for their smoothness lacks sincerity and conviction. The noun is glibness. 3. Herds and flocks. Egregious, remember the pronunciation, is from Latin gregarious, herd or flock. An egregious lie, act, crime, mistake, etc. is so exceptionally vicious that it conspicuously stands out, a shortened form of the prefix x, out, from the herd or flock of other bad things. The noun is egregiousness. A person who enjoys companionship, who etymologically likes to be with the herd, who reaches out for friends, and is happiest when surrounded by people, such a person is gregarious. Extroverts are, of course, gregarious. They prefer human contact, conversation, laughter, interrelationships, to solitude. The suffix ness, as you know, can be added to an adjective to construct a noun form. Write the noun for gregarious blank. Add the prefix con, with, together, to gregarious to get the verb congregate. Add the prefix apart to build the verb segregate. Add the prefix ad, to, toward. Add changes to ag before a root starting with g to construct the verb aggregate. Let's see what we have. When people gather together in a herd or flock, they write the verb. The noun is congregation, one of the meanings of which is a religious flock. Put people or things apart from the herd, and you write the verb. Them. Can you construct the noun by adding the suitable noun suffix? Bring individual items to or toward the herd or flock, and you write the verb. Them. What is the noun form of this verb? The verb aggregate also means to come together to or toward the herd, that is, to gather into a mass or whole, or by extension, to total or amount to. So aggregate, another noun form, pronounced aggregate, is a group or mass of individuals considered as a whole, a herd or a flock, as in the phrase, people in the aggregate. Review of etymology. prefix, root, suffix, meaning 1. Grex, gregis, herd, flock. 2. E minus, x minus out. 3. Nes, noun, suffix. 4. Con, with, together. 5. Ad, ag2, toward. 6. Un, negative prefix. 7. Scio, to know. 8. Science, knowing. 9. Omnis, all. 10. Pre, before. 11. Ni, negative prefix. 12. Si, apart. 13. Ion, noun, suffix added to verbs using the words. Can you pronounce the words? 1. Unconscionability. 2. Omniscient. 3. Omniscience. 4. Prescient. 5. Prescience. 6. Nescient. 7. Nescience. 8. Glibness. 9. Egregiousness. 10. Gregarious. 11th Gregariousness. 12. Congregate. 13th Congregation. 14. Segregate. 15. Segregation. 16. Aggregate. 17. Aggregate. 18. Aggregation. Can you work with the words? A. Ignorance. B. Outstanding badness or viciousness. C. Religious group, amassing together. D. Total, mass, whole. E. Exclusion from the herd, a setting apart. F. Infinite knowledge. G. Friendliness, enjoyment of mixing with people. H. Lack of conscience. 1. Suspiciously smooth fluency. J. Foreknowledge. Do you understand the words? 1. Is unconscionability one of the signs of the psychopath? Yes or no? 2. Can anyone be truly omniscient? Yes or no? 3. Does a prescient fear indicate some knowledge of the future? Yes or no? 4. Is nescience a result of learning? Yes or no? 5. Does glibness make someone sound sincere and trustworthy? Yes or no? 6. Is egregiousness an admirable quality? Yes or no? 7. Do gregarious people enjoy parties? Yes or no? 8. Do spectators congregate at sports events? Yes or no? 9. Do we often segregate hardened criminals from the rest of society? Yes or no? 10. Is an aggregation of problems a whole mass of problems? Yes or no? Can you recall the words? 1. Enjoying groups and companionship. 2. Ignorant. 3. State of not being held back from antisocial behavior by one's conscience. 4. Having knowledge of an event before it occurs. Adjective. 5. A religious flock. 6. A total, whole, or mass. 7. To separate from the rest. 8. Suspiciously smooth fluency. 9. All-knowing, adjective. 10. To come together into a group or mass. Chapter Review. A. Do you recognize the words? 1. Highly skilled. A. Consummate. B. Inveterate. C. Notorious. 2. Beyond reform. A. Inveterate. B. Incorrigible. C. Glib. 3. Dating from birth. A. Inveterate. B. Congenital. C. Psychopathic. 4. Outstandingly bad. A. Egregious. B. Unconscionable. C. Chronic. 5. Science of heredity. A. Pathology. B. Genetics. C. Orthopedics. 6. Out of time. A. Incongruous. B. Anachronous. C. Synchronous. 7. Study of disease. A. Pathology. B. Telepathy. C. Antipathy. 8. Fond of company, friends, group activities, etc. A. Apathetic. B. Gregarious. C. Chronological. 9. Indifferent. A. Antipathetic. B. Pathetic. C. Apathetic. 10. long accustomed in habit, A. Incorrigible, B. Notorious, C. Inveterate. 11. Study of family ancestry, A. Genealogy, B. Genetics, C. Genesis. 12. To complete, finish, top off, A. Synchronize, B. Consummate, C. Empathize. 13. Accurate timepiece, A. Anachronism, B. Chronology, C. Chronometer. 14. Identification with the feelings of another, A. Sympathy, B. Apathy, C. Empathy. 15. Thought transference, extrasensory perception, A. Telepathy, B. Empathy, C. Omniscience. 16. Ignorance, A. Omniscience, B. Prescience, C. Nescience. 17. To gather into a group, A. Congregate, B. Segregate, C. Synchronize. B. Can you recognize roots? Root meaning 1. Notice blank, notorious. 2. Sumus blank, summit. 3. Corrigo guión bajo, incorrigible. 4. Vetus, veteran. 5. Senex blank, senile. 6. Genesis blank, congenital. 7th Logos blank, genealogy. 8. Chronos blank, chronic. 9th Metron blank, chronometer. 10. Pathos blank, pathology. Pathetic, empathy. Undicem grex, gregarious, lost. Gregarious. 12th Skyo blank, unconscionable. 13th Science blank, prescience. 14. Omnis blank. Omniscient. Teaser questions for the amateur etymologist. 1. She was one of many notables who attended the convention. Recognizing that the italicized word is built on the root notice, can you define the noun notable in the context of known? 2. Notify and notice derive from the same root. Can you define these two words again in the context of known? Notify blank, notice blank. What do you suppose the verb suffix -fy of notify means? Think also of simplify, clarify, liquefy, etc. Blank. 3. You are familiar with the roots chronos and graphine. Suppose you came across the word chronograph in your reading. Can you make an educated guess as to the meaning? 4. Recognizing the root genesis in the verb generate, how would you define the word? How about regenerate blank? What do you suppose the prefix re means? Blank. 5. Recognizing the root omnis in omnipotent and omnipresent, can you define the words omnipotent blank, omnipresent blank? Recalling how we formed a noun from the adjective omniscient, write the noun forms of omnipotent blank, omnipresent blank. 6. Think of the negative prefix in anachronism. Think next of the noun aphrodisiac. Can you construct a word for that which reduces or eliminates sexual desire? 4 lasting benefits. You know by now that it is easy to build your vocabulary if you work diligently and intelligently. Diligence is important. To come to the book occasionally is to learn new words and ideas in an aimless fashion, rather than in the continuous way that characterizes the natural, uninterrupted intellectual growth of a child. You will recall that children are top experts in increasing their vocabularies. And an intelligent approach is crucial. New words can be completely understood and permanently remembered only as symbols of vital ideas, never if memorized in long lists of isolated forms. If you have worked diligently and intelligently, you have done much more than merely learned a few hundred new words. Actually, I needn't tell you what else you've accomplished, since, if you really have accomplished it, you can feel it for yourself. But it may be useful if I verbalize the feelings you may have. In addition to learning the meanings, pronunciation, background, and use of 300 to 350 valuable words, you have 1. Begun to sense a change in your intellectual atmosphere. You have begun to do your thinking with many of the words, with many of the ideas behind the words. You have begun to use the words in your speech and writing, and have become alert to their appearance in your reading. 2. Begun to develop a new interest in words as expressions of ideas. 3. Begun to be aware of the new words you hear and that you see in your reading. 4. Begun to gain a new feeling for the relationship between words, for you realize that many words are built on roots from other languages and are related to other words which derive from the same roots. Now, suppose we pause to see how successful your learning has been. In the next chapter, I offer you a comprehensive test on the first part of your work. End of Session 17.